he shouldn't have had it in the first place. He may not have loved sophomore English, and that was okay, because when you talk to him about what he was doing at Ignite, that year my school broke that I would sit behind my podium. He had a solution. Miss Conley, don't worry. I'm going to take it to Ignite. I'm going to fix it. That stool still functions to this day. That gave him pride, gave him self-worth. And to now see that opening doors for our middle schoolers, it's powerful. So seeing it from that perspective and now getting to see it every day, I try to sneak through that lab every chance I get. They're fingerprinting me in forensics, or they're stabilizing somebody, practicing CPR. It's phenomenal to see them at work. So I'm really excited about what they're doing. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Wendy Clark, and I am one of the CTE teachers at Caudle. Kathy Coomer is our other one, but she couldn't be here tonight. But this is my first year doing this, and it has been absolutely amazing getting to see the kids line up and get to experience and learn about all the different careers. We've actually got 32 different modules. We're very fortunate. And the kids will rotate through about 3 or 4 per 9 weeks, and they get to learn about it through lessons that they do, videos that they do, and there's also activities that we put into the program. Very much hands-on activity, and the classroom is totally different. If you come in, you might be thinking, "What is going on?" Because within those different modules, you've got kids working simultaneously, and usually in groups of 2, and they are this group's doing an activity, this group's doing a little chaotic, but it's fun, and I think that they're not sitting and they're up moving and doing and working, learning a lot of life lessons too, as far as working together, learning how to cooperate. So tonight I want to thank the parents. I want to thank these kiddos for coming out. I'm just going to introduce the students, and then they're going to ask if the board members would find a group to watch, and then they're going to teach you a little bit about one of the activities that they did. And then they'll share with you the 10 days, what they'll do in the 10 days. So first we have Evan Sturlock here. He is be doing flight drone. He's going to show you how great he is at flying a drone. And then we've got Larkin, who's actually our EMT for the day. She'll show you her activity. We have Reagan, who is doing biomedical engineering. We've got Riley, who is doing design and marketing. And then we've got MJ, who is going to be showing you a little bit about our culinary. And then we've got Henry, who's going to be showing you an activity from our OSHA. So we would give them just 1 second to get with their stuff. And then if you would just pick a group, and then they will show you and teach you a little bit about it. And then we also have a little something. MJ's got something. Ms. Coomer made us some protein balls for you to try. That is an actual activity that they do, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that. So,
did you make those?
All right. All right, we all want to join a group, and they're going to teach you about activity. Yes.
Pop switch up again too.
So it's really hard to basically I put this far,
That was funny.
I love this.
She said, there's a song that you sing. I said, stay on.
Actually, they don't use it anymore.
Dude, you do it so fast.
That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, you do it real
Uh,
fast.
Her song, because we just did CPR here.
Uh-huh.
Goes with yeah, I need to learn how to fly a drone. I don't play video games anymore. I don't play. I quit. I got through. It gets pressure. He was good.
Yeah. I mean, they did a
He was
nice
doing
job.
flips and everything.
It's a great program. Are you going to eat your thing now?
Which one you do?
I have to text Kathy tomorrow. I need to design. Yeah. Those are all fresh and fried. Clean fried.
He's thinking Randy Never had that.
At least it's got safety. Get some.
Y'all did a great job. Thank you. very
Thank you
much.
all. Appreciate
Y'all
it.
are awesome. Thank you.
Sweet kids.
Only had one accident. You appreciate it.
I just want to say, I think exactly what we just experienced. I don't want to speak for all of us, but I think we probably can. This is exactly what we had in mind when we approved to bring these to our schools. And we could not be more excited that all the other middle schools are going to have these opportunities. And I know we are just thrilled beyond words that we have these opportunities for our kids. Okay, let's move on to where are we? Audience. Sorry.
All right.
Miss Janie's going to kill me. I'll not skip
Yes,
over their recognition.
Nurse Janie, come on up and Nurse Hall, if you come up with her.
Come on up.
Then we're going to have the rest of the crew come up here in just a minute. In collaboration with the Golisano Children's Hospital at the University of Kentucky, all one schools of our district completed training and preparation for a cardiac response plan. This means that each school has trained staff on a team that can respond to a cardiac event on campus. Our schools have earned the Heart Safe School designation through the Kentucky Project Adam. Project Adam helps put safety first for every student, staff member, and community member. This recognition is a reflection of our commitment to protecting everyone on our campuses. Tonight, we would like to recognize Jenny Winkler, District Health Coordinator, and Carrie Hall, and all of our district nursing staff for their hard work to make this happen in all of our schools. Now, nurses have a big job all day, every day, and then they have went above and beyond to do what this is just an incredible thing that I think I remember the gentleman there a month ago that we're the biggest county that has Project Adam plan. So it's a big undertaking, and it was a total team effort like they do everything with. And I am just extremely excited. The community should be thrilled because of this, and for both of your all's leadership. We thank you for doing this for us.
Well, it's they worked really, really hard. And every time that the University of Kentucky representatives for Project Adam would come out, she would tell me, she would say, I can't believe how prepared you all are. So it's like she already knew. Every school, it was, we would drill, she would look over our plan, they there for, like, there's nothing else we can add because you all got it. The ladies that work incredibly hard, get their staff prepared to get everybody on board in their building. So in case of an emergency of any kind, whether it's cardiac, doesn't matter what it is, everybody knows their role.
fun and what to do. So we are very, very proud of what these ladies have done. They have worked extremely hard.
So we talk about these ladies. So come on, ladies, come on up front here. We're going to have to get a picture. We can, can brag on them for what they do daily for helping all of our kids. Keeping their attendance up. Yeah. But to get all this together, it is a big deal. And I know y'all shy away from getting accolades and people bragging on you, but we're bragging on you. And we thank you for what you do every day for us. What this could, save a life, save somebody. The time that y'all put in. And, again, I thank Carrie and Nurse Cheney for getting this coordinated. And we thank you so much for being one of the schools that are leading the way for Project Platinum. So thank you so much. Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. We've come a long way from having a handful of contracted nurses to having this many nurses in all of our schools with great leadership and accomplishing great things inside. We're just so impressed and so thankful for each of you all.
Well, I've got a couple other things that I'd like to brag about them as well. We've also partnered with Eye Care Center and Dr. Reynolds and Dr. Cassie Napier. And they have come in and we have done vision screenings on all third graders in their district and all sixth graders. They don't only do a vision, but they do acuity and they do a color test and they do a test to make sure that all homes are working together. So we just finished that with all their sixth graders. We did our third graders in the fall, and we just completed that with our sixth graders. So they also worked with that. And a big accomplishment that we've had this year was that we trained every one of our bus drivers before school started on emergency meds. So that took a lot of work. We all know how many bus drivers that we have. And I have to thank Eddie for making that happen. He saw that it was a necessity that we do that to ease the bus drivers' mind. Once school starts, these girls are running full force, and it's hard to get those drivers. And the drivers, they see those kids before the teachers do, and they're the ones that know what it looks like at home and what's going on. So just having that extra additive of working with them and making sure that they're trained and they're comfortable. That was the main thing, that they are comfortable on their routes, that they know how to respond to emergency. So that's a big, big accomplishment. But even bigger, wait till y'all hear these numbers. In 2023 and 24, we saw 91,398 students. 4,132 students were staff, total of 95,830. In 24-25, we saw 96,139 students, 4,232 staff, totaling 101,937 visits, 5,200 students in home. So far today, we've seen 82,976 students, 1,759 students, totaling 4,735 visits, 4,009 students in home. So over the past 2 years, fewer than 50% of our students have been sent home. Kept of the students that we've seen in the past 2 years, we've kept 94% of them in school. That is saying a lot.
That is.
These girls are working extremely hard to keep kids in school. And I think they're doing a wonderful job. I couldn't be more proud.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
ladies.
That's all right.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to circle back because I gave a big little shout out to you guys last month because you guys have a little special place in my heart. I came to the presentation and I watched you guys do that demonstration. I was absolutely blown away. I think the parents and the community can rest assured that your child or your mom or your grandma, whoever works for us, is in capable hands. And these ladies work their hands off. And I really do appreciate all the work that they do. And I mean, really, I can't say enough about watching them go through what they did. And they never missed a beat, not a beat. And it was phenomenal. So thank you all very much.
Nurse Janie, we kid a lot, but it's much more than giving them a peppermint and a pat on the head. I know we kid about that. It's, oh, it's okay. And a lot of these kids, you know, just want to talk to you. You know, they may feel bad. They may think they feel bad, but they just want to talk to you. And that's why your loving spirit of being a nurse, which is why you're a nurse, helps out tremendously. They may not be sick, but they just want the comfort of somebody to talk to them, make them feel like they're okay, and send them on back to class. And that's really what's wonderful. Again, we so appreciate it. Yeah. Adults, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, staff, all staff comes and talks to them as well. Counselor, nurse, / everything. Yep. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Moving right along, do you have any audience comments? None. So next up on our agenda is our consent agenda. Just a reminder, these are things we review on a regular basis from month to month. These are things we are very familiar with, and we've had time to ask whatever questions are needed. So bear with me, we have a little bit of a list here for the consent agenda. So our consent agenda items include the minutes of the March 26th meeting, special meeting, claims, superintendent's personnel actions, leaves of absence, technology surplus, and then a long list of out-of-state field trips. The Cottle Middle School reward trip to Mason, Ohio on May the 20th. 6th grade band trip to Pigeon Forge on May the 18th. Cottle Middle School 7th and 8th grade band trip to Sandusky, Ohio on May 21st through 22nd. Fairstown Middle School band trip to Mason, Ohio, May the 16th. Clarkmore Middle School trip to Mason, Ohio on May the 15th. Silver Creek Elementary School 1st grade trip to Cincinnati, Ohio on May the 15th. Madison Southern High School track and field trip to Eugene, Oregon, June the 20th through the 22nd. Ignite North TSA trip to Washington, D.C. on June 22nd through 26th. Madison Central band trip to Cincinnati, Ohio on April the 17th. And the Madison Central archery trip to Daytona Beach, June 17th through the 21st. Do we have any questions on the consent agenda?
Tell us every year.
Yeah, that's right.
You think it was the end of the year all done. I was thinking, I can't believe it's already
Oh.
here.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented? Motion by Mr. Rutherford. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And a second by Ms. Rock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next on our agenda is our construction report. Looking for Jonathan. Jonathan Smith with Branscombe Construction is here. Oh, sorry.
Jonathan do instruction, but I don't know what we'll learn.
What did I tell you earlier?
Yeah,
My brain is not
rattled
clicking.
today.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Construction. Yeah. No, you're fine. It's my fault. I can't speak. Yes, it is the construction report. Jonathan is here with Branscombe Construction to tell us about what all we got going on.
We can switch, he can do mine, I'll do his. Want to give y'all a quick update on kind of what's going on. Y'all got a lot going on. So, got to go through where we're at. Just a quick update on Madison Middle. About to get everything punch list wrapped up there. The final punch list, Tony's been back and repunched the sports field and stuff on the building. We're now that completed. We're completing the final commissioning. It's kind of the paperwork part of your HVAC, electrical, all that paperwork cleaned up and done. And there are some areas around the campus that's got to be reseeded, and we're going to get with contractors to get that wrapped up. So Madison Middle is pretty much coming to a close. Hopefully, it's going to get. We'll give you an update on Waco Elementary. A lot going on at Waco Elementary. A lot of block being laid, steel being set. You see there, they were setting the joist. That's the gym. See there, that was completed. Uh, this was just a few days ago. I think I just changed the last picture. They're already shooting in about 3 weeks. This was the last slab pour for building this, the kitchen. A few days ago, they did the last pour on the slab in the kitchen area. That's the last piece of concrete in the pour. You can see there just the amount of plumbing, electrical, everything in the area. That's kind of populated. And then you can see there the camper, and that's all the geothermal lines that came up with the camper. So that is all complete at this point. And this is the front section, what's considered Area D. This is a storm shelter wing of the building. You can see blocks on it. They're about a third of the way up that storm shelter wing. You see those two tall columns in the front. That's the entry point forward to the building, kind of like that. This middle as you go into the front vestibule lobby, off of that. So we're setting that steel, and the remaining of that steel will actually be on site tomorrow. We're going to start setting this steel tomorrow and continue on for the next several steel that we set over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And this is a picture. We actually had all the progress meetings for these projects yesterday. This is that same gym. They're halfway sheeted with deck on the gym on one side. So we had a progress meeting yesterday on site, and we're going to start on in about 3 weeks. So I have all the sheet. We'll have crews starting on gym, so we can get in that area right there. Well, that's kind of what's going on in Waco. I want to give you an update on the geothermal well field project, which consists of Foley Southern and all the elementary schools that were doing that. This first picture is Foley Southern. All the wells are complete there. The loops are tied together. There's 4 circuits. There's a total of 10. There's 4 circuits active. It's actually feeding water to the building, turning over on Foley Southern. I'll take about a minute. But we're actually feeding water to the building. There's only 6 circuits to get online, and those will be done in May. Start the first June, and then start wrapping up, getting this season shape. So they've started at Whitehall. Next room that HVAC renovation on. There are 48 wells at Whitehall. There's 10 of them that have been drilled. 7 of those 10 have been looped in, and they will complete mid. All of them. Of course, the summer is when we're going to start. So, going on really good. As you see, geothermal, even when it's dry, it's wet because of all the water. But it's going really good. They're keeping it nice and neat. Everything's fenced up. There's been any issues there. You can see there's just a shot. We're going to get 2 rigs there. You see the fence that goes around. It's been fenced up to bring the kids and stuff. Give you an update on Foley, Madison Southern. This is the first area that we're going to turn over next week. This is at Foley Southern area, or the southern side. It's the, I think it's the classroom. Got ceilings in, lights in. They're getting fired up Monday, and we'll be turning the area back up to that first phase. We're going to start cleaning tomorrow and Saturday. We'll pull that board that you see on the floor, that will come up, clean everything, and give it back to them. So, the new lights, and that's one of the connector areas that goes over that area. We're going to try to do that hallway because it is all clean. This is in actually Foley. In the Foley section, this is phase 1B. We're going to start those ceilings that you have. We've got about 6 classrooms there that all the units are set. We'll start sealing good, get the ceiling in there, and get the lights down the grid, and moving on to the next phase on the side frames. And you see the big unit hanging there. We'll get those tied up. We'll get those over the so So everything's going really good there. We blocked the buildings yesterday, principals at Southern, and probably kind of got a plan of how we're going to get through testing and through the end of school and working with them. Going on, working the plan there. Shut there. Whitehall, we had our pre-construction meeting at Whitehall a week ago. We will start obviously as soon as school's out, because that first phase is that first middle part of the step. Whitehall, we plan on starting there. We're gonna have a pre-demo meeting, right before school's out. As soon as school's out, we'll get mobilized and we'll get started at Whitehall. Any questions on this reference?
Thank you very much. All right. Next, I think Tony's not here. Chris, are you going to present Tony's report? Or?
So the full Madison project, it's just a few pictures of the outside. Flip on and keep on again. So this is from the door entering from the Madison Middle Gym. You come in a little vestibule. There'll be a secretary that'll sit there behind that window. All right, cool. Then you got a couple of offices that way, and you'll go to the classroom next. So there's the classroom downstairs, and there's classroom upstairs. So the good thing is work's coming along really good. There'll be ahead of schedule. I think within the next couple of weeks, it'll probably wrap up, wind up this June 1st. And there, and then continue on with their summer program. So it's coming along well. And Mr. Northern has done a great job. Any questions?
I think you did a good job filling up Tony.
Thank you very much, Chris, for Tony. All right. Next on the agenda is the instruction report. We have with us tonight Mr. Phillips from Madison Southern and Mr. Brandon Fritz from Madison Central to talk to us about high school life.
School.
High school life.
Thank you all for having us. I'm Brandon Phillips, principal at Madison Southern. What I want to talk about this evening is our intervention programs. So for the past few years, we've really focused on growing our intervention programs, specifically in the areas of math and reading. We had, noticed that both high schools just a need for underperforming students, at-risk students, students with disabilities. And so at Southern, we basically have a three-tiered approach. Tier 1 is strong classroom instruction. And so we really, we want to support our teachers and students. And that's kind of our first layer of defense. Second, we have at our school what is called academic time. So weekly, our teachers have the ability to work with our students in small groups and more individualized instruction to wherever they need. Tier 1 is our most intensive. That's kind of what I want to talk about today. That is where we have a group of teachers, specifically a shout out to them, Mrs. Gates, Mrs. Clements, and Mr. Click have worked tirelessly for the last year to build this. And so they are able to pull students that we identify as really needing that tier, top tier one-on-one works. And so they've done that. They've done a phenomenal job with that. We have various assessment tools, and that's kind of how we identify what students need. And then from there, identify how to bring them in, who to take them to, and go from there. And so just some data I'd like to share with you is for the reading intervention, 99% of students that have gone through that program this year have grown at least one grade level. Now, one grade level doesn't sound like a lot, but I will tell you from a high school English teacher, at the high school level, moving them in reading is difficult. And so kudos to our teachers and our students for their hard work there. 72% of our students have increased by at least 2 grade levels, and over 10% have increased by 3 or more grade levels, showing significant gain. We primarily focus on our freshmen and sophomores because we want early intervention, get them caught up where they need to be, so that we can reduce supports for them and they can self-acclimate and do everything they need to do on their own as we remove the supports later on. With math, Mr. Craig has served 48 students consistently this year. 29% at this point have completely tested out the program, meaning they are on grade level. Last little statistic I'll share there that kind of stood out to me. Average increase in grade per math class is 15%. So we're talking that is a letter and a half for the kids that have gone through. So again, very proud of our teachers, very proud of our kids for their hard work. So thank you.
Those are phenomenal numbers.
All right, I'm Brandon Fritz, principal of Madison Central. I'm going to talk to you about 4 things that we're doing right now in our building. The gap between Martin Luther King and spring break is always really, really hard. Now, we had some snow this year, but it's hard. So at Christmas, we were sitting down talking. So we created Tri-Burst. And we go to classes. It's a playoff starburst. And we go into the rooms just to create positive energy. Insert energy into our school, have fun with the kids. We might take a KSA question to them. If they get it, they get a starburst. We've done word searches. We did a multiplication test with the English class and the teachers. That was fun. But we just try to have fun with the kids for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're back out of the class to try to create some energy. Kids have enjoyed that. They like the starburst. We try to make sure everyone gets one. The winners get maybe a few more. So that's just something we've done to just get some energy for our kids. Next thing I'll talk about is lining our tests with KSA type questions. What that's done for us, our tests, we get a lot of data from our students. That helps us consider our instructions as well as set our goals. And I'll talk about our goals in a minute. So from that stuff, we have taken, and now we've had scrimmage tests. So all of our kids that are getting tested this year have had a scrimmage test. So it was eye-opening for some of them. So we took the results from that test, and starting this week, we have sat down with the kids and talked about what their expectation is when they go to these KSA tests. I'll give an example. A kid got distinguished on all of his scrimmage tests. And when I looked at his scores from last year, they were novice. And I called him by name. Try that. So we've been talking to our teachers about the low-hanging fruit to motivate our kids to give their best effort. Our teachers are phenomenal, and I know what they do every day. Everybody don't get to see that, so I want them to be rewarded when those scores come out. So they've been working really, really hard with that. So it's been fun. It's been busy. So we talked to the seniors today, 36 days to graduation. They think it's an eternity, but they think it's an eternity, but we'll be standing at EKU very soon. So it's an exciting time at the high school as we go down the home stretch.
Thank you.
Great stuff from both of you, but I have to take this opportunity in case you don't run off. What a phenomenal job y'all did under intense pressure to evacuate a massive high school in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I heard nothing from teachers, from staff, from students of how the school was led, how the students reacted, how it was organized. Kudos. That was amazing.
And what people don't know, we had practiced that 2 years ago with counselors, administrators, secretaries. We had been in that very room where we were. And when I got finally to EKU, the taking place, and it was really cool to see from my, because I wasn't part of the transport with the kids over. District people were there. They were phenomenal helping us in that. We look forward to the debrief with the agencies that were there because luckily there was no injuries and anything like that. But man, it was a learning experience. So we're going to fine tune some of that stuff and work with the agency. So hopefully it never happens again. But we'll try to be better next time. There's already been a few districts reaching out to me and want to hear our debriefs that they can
think it was phenomenal. You did it. You know, number one priority is keeping everybody safe. And you did that.
Without question.
I know parents want to know what's going on, but we got to get everybody safe before we start.
We weren't perfect, right? We weren't. But we're also willing to accept that and try to learn, and so we're better next time in case it does happen. Hopefully it never happens, but
Be as prepared as yours hasn't before. And I know you've had similar situation. Just to watch you guys, everybody. It makes me really
we're gonna
proud.
put some sunscreen in our boxes because that will happen until we get those boxes. But anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Very
all very
much.
much. All right, next on our reports is Mr. Mark Woods for our finance reports.
Good evening.
Hello, hello.
Money, money, money.
A few numbers. All right, we'll get started with our bank reconciliation for the month. As of March 31st, district ended with a reconciled balance of $120,908,875.71. You see, as compared to last year, we had gotten all of our construction money in. You've seen all the pictures of everything we're doing, so that balance continues to come as we spend on our construction funds down and work on our projects. Of the reconciled balance, the district has $42 million in investments. Those rates range from 3.228 to 3.75. I'm in the process of getting their account set up with another bank. This bank is really good offer of CDs. I've also talked to the bank who currently have CDs and they're going to sharpen their pencil to keep some as well. So that's going to play well for us. So I'm looking at what we're going to need for cash flow over the next few months and make sure we try to maximize things so we can hedge on that and get better earnings back. In addition, you have your balance sheet, your revenue and expense report in there. I've looked through both. We're tracking where we should be at this time. As far as the compared to the working budget, we've done a budget revision probably next month. We do the tentative budget. So some of the final tweaks, things that we may not expect, make sure we're covered and take care of those. But overall, we're tracking where we should be.
Does anybody have any questions, Mr. Woods? All right. Can I get well, moving on to our action agenda, can I get a motion to approve the finance reports as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coyle. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Rutherford. All in favor? So much. So the rest of this action agenda, everything on this action agenda, again, things we've seen and asked a lot of questions about, gather what I cannot talk tonight. Whatever information you need to move forward. So if you guys will bear with me, we've got several change orders here on our construction projects. And I know Jonathan is here, Chris is here if you have any questions, but most of these are small and very simple and just big deal. So let's start with the first one. The first one is to approve change order number 2 at Foley and Southern for their HVAC renovation. And we've had the opportunity to look at those documents. Can I get a motion to approve the change order number 2 for AE Electrical Solutions for the Foley Middle School and Madison Southern HVAC renovation project in the amount of $612?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Brock. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Boyle. All those in favor? Thank you. Next is to approve change order number 1 for Waco Elementary. This is to approve the project to Atlas Enterprises for $3,500. Can I get a motion? Motion by Mr. Rutherford. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
By Ms. Brock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next is change order number 2 for Waco Elementary, and this is to approve the Allen Company for $6,690.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coyle. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rutherford. All those in favor? Thank you. Next is to approve change order number 4 for Waco to Branscombe Construction for $191.57. Can I get a motion?
So.
Motion by Mr. Rutherford. Second. Second by Ms. Brock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next is to approve change order number 4 for Madison Middle for Fry, if I'm saying that right, Fry Mechanical, for a credit of $5,499.83.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Brock. Can I get a second? Second by Ms. Boyle. All those in favor? And then in conjunction with the one we just did, we have to approve change order number 5 to for Blue Sky Electric for $5,499.83, or basically the same contract. Can I get a motion? Motion by Mr. Rutherford, second by Ms. Boyle. All those in favor?
Aye.
That was the last one of the construction ones. Okay. Next on the agenda is to approve the Sabbath. Is that how you say it? The Sabbath math purchase. Do we have any questions on this? This is just some of our curriculum and technology. Right. May I get a motion to approve the Savas math purchase in the amount of $180,000, $180,296.62. By Mr. Rutherford, do we have a second? Second by Ms. Brock. All those in favor? Thank you. Next on the agenda is to create and ratify a 0.5 or part-time maintenance position. Any questions?
This is for Madison Southern. Their part-time person got out of her maintenance department.
Okay.
So we'd like to create a half-time to create a whole maintenance position.
Any other questions? Can I get a motion to create and ratify a 0.5 maintenance position at Madison Southern? Motion by Ms. Coyle. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rutherford. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next is to approve our finance auditor. We recently put out our bids for our auditing. And any questions on that?
What'd you get?
You've been standing there the whole time. I didn't even see. Sorry.
So yes, we did put out an RFP. It was out for somewhere around that for a full month. He does the advertising and everything, so I knew it was somewhere close. So we put it out for bid, and it was advertised. We always do. I sent out packets to all the firms, asking them to bid. We ended up having 2 respondents. One of those did not meet the deadline. Their packet came in after our required deadline. So one that you have as proposed, that is our current auditors. I'm extremely comfortable with them. They do a great job. They were former state auditors here in Kentucky. They worked with the state auditor's office before doing this. They know schools, and government entities. So that is our proposal to accept their bid. It is built where we can accept over 5 years. Each year will be brought back to you guys. You all will get to see it here. So you have that right the way it was written.
I would agree on our current firm. They do a great job. Any other questions? All right. Can I get a motion to approve and hire Patrick and Associates LLC as our finance auditor provider?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Brock. Do we have a second? Second by Ms. Boyle. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, we are going to talk about the sale and lease, the option to buy our Bellevue property, which is where our current alternative school is located. It's getting ready to move to Madison Middle.
We finally got good news on it.
Yeah.
Been waiting for a while.
This has been going on, what, about 5 years or something? A long time.
A lot.
process of surveying the property. You don't have an exact survey yet. It's expensive, but that's in the process. We have an aerial view of it, and that's sufficient to do the contract on it. So this is lot number 2. There's 3 lots. Number 1 is owned by the city and leased to us. And 2 is the little 4-acre lot the city has purchased for the appraised value of $915,000. So, and the back part is a little next. That contains the soccer field and the area that depresses to I guess it's north of it. And the city will lease that from us with an option for the appraised value. So that's what's for you today, is to approve the contract, to enter into the contract for sale with the city, and to lease the 10 acres in the back. Additional option for the city to purchase that.
Is there a time on the lease? Like, is there
How long?
just year to year or for next 100 years or what is it?
We're already like
I think
5 or
however
6
long
years
they
in
want.
into this.
So that they can money to buy it.
Do we have any other questions? All right. Can I get a motion to declare the Bellevue property as surplus and enter into a contract with the city of Richmond to sell the school building and enter into a lease with the city with option to buy? By Mr. Rowe. Do we have a second? Second by Ms. Brock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Mr. Gill. Appreciate it.
All right. Next on our agenda is we have a request here to review a student grievance. We've been asked to read and consider a student grievance that was previously presented to the school, where it was thoroughly investigated and then appealed to the central office, where it was also investigated and denied at both levels. Obviously, due to confidentiality, we can't disclose or talk about any of the details of the situation. We know it takes courage to do these things and present grievances. So this isn't anything we take lightly by any means, and we take it very seriously. We've all had several days to review the grievance, the corresponding investigations, and consider this request. I think I can speak confidently in saying that we have all thoroughly reviewed what's before us. So do you have any discussion or comments on the agenda item?
All right, so we've also consulted legal counsel
Yes.
on that.
Correct.
Anything else anybody wants to say? All right, so I'm going to say after receiving this request to consider reviewing the denial of the student grievance, can I get a motion that we not consider any further review of this matter? Do we have a second? Second by Ms. Coyle. All those in favor? Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is for our superintendent's report.
Okay, we've already recognized them in our meeting, but again, I want to reiterate the importance of our school nurses. Each of our schools that are vital for just the operation every day. And the percentage that she gets, the amount of kids that stay in, that's beneficial to each of us. And also we've kind of stole my thunder a little bit. No, that's good. That's good. We want to continue to, a big shout out to everyone in the district that were involved. And I felt like almost everybody in the district was involved. I mean, it was a short 2 weeks ago. It was like longer than that. But the Thursday before spring break at Madison, we evacuated at least 1,600 kids from the building to across the street at the soccer field in less than 9 minutes, which is a unbelievable task. And we did it in an instant. Which is, even if you practice, it's still incredible to do. So all the students went across the street where they were located, and eventually we're all bused at EKU less than 30 minutes total, which is incredible. We learned a lot from the experience. And again, we're going to debrief with all the parties involved because, all the police folk were thrilled to death because they felt like it was we weren't, because it's just something we don't practice a lot. But it ended up being an incredible experience just to learn, and we'll learn more as we gather together how we can do it better from the district all the way down. All the police departments, the administration, the students, and the staff at Madison Central was incredible. With all those kids, you think it was chaos. It was the opposite of that. It was fantastic. They were dynamite in being calm and organized throughout the entire process. I want to say a huge thank you to the Richmond Police Department. Chief was just incredible. Kentucky State Police, Madison County Sheriff Department, Bomb Squad, EKU Police, the Director of Safety, Brian McKinnon, who is second to none. He helped us tremendously on getting everything organized. President McFadden called me numerous times to, what can I do? How can we help you? I told him Mr. McKinnon was in charge. He said, you got the best. And we figured it out pretty quick. He is one of the best for the cooperation and coordination of making everything work as well as it could be. These threats are never taken lightly. And so that's why we all went into action and we did what happened. We hated to do it, but at the end of the day, when we got home, probably at 7 at night, finally just breathe and think about it. It was an exercise that all of us needed. The entire community will benefit from what happened that day, from that practice. So a huge kudos to Madison Central students, staff, administration. My administration up here, they went there, they went here. It was incredible. So I'm glad I told them, that's for sure. And then 3 days of this week, we've got all of our allocations finished with all of our schools. So that's always a tough task. Dr. Brumbaugh has a tough feat in front of him. The next couple of weeks of delivering letters and things of that nature. But we wrapped all of that up today. So that's what's finished for.
Okay. Do you have any comments from the board?
Couple things. You want to?
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
you're not? We're excited. I know the announcement went out about our new police chief. We're excited. I'm
I should
sorry.
have heard.
But I'll let you
She
talk
said
about
hello.
that. No, okay.
She's getting glory.
When he brought up allocations, just today, I just want to remind everybody, just today, I got 2 calls of people looking for jobs. And it's just a reminder, we know that Eastern's graduating, we've got allocations, words out that there's positions and stuff. 2 calls I got today were from friends, and I had to tell them we are not allowed legally as a board to be involved at all in any type of personnel decisions, not hiring and not firing. There's only 2 people, and they're both in this room, him and our legal counsel. So don't think we're being rude. I refer everybody, sorry, right to Dr. Brumbaugh. But it's out of our hands. We are not by law allowed to discuss personnel decisions or job openings or anything like that. So good luck to all. We welcome all these new teachers. It's an exciting time, fresh start. So, but I just didn't want, especially the 2 people that called me today, to think I was being rude.
As well as the pink slips they did out there.
We do not have anything to do with pink slips.
It's just you and I, but
Yeah.
Just you guys.
We can't overturn or override it.
Okay, now you.
All right, so first, I think some big excitement this week is I would like to thank and welcome Mr. Wilcox as our chief of police. I think, 5 years ago when the legislature implemented that we could have a police force, I was like, absolutely not. There's just no way we want a headache. And at the time, I don't think, but over the last 5 years, we've seen what it takes to have SROs. And over the last few weeks, I've inquired and questioned things and talked to people, especially about Wilcox, and everybody says we couldn't have got it better.
We did
He
the job.
was the best person to get this off the ground, and I'm now excited to see what he does and gets us ready for next year. and excited to see where he takes us. And I think it's going to be a great thing for Madison County for the future. And especially with the incident at Madison Central, I think having Richmond Police does great, Minnesota does great, having our own people and having everybody trained, and he can pull SROs from the schools, and the collaboration will be, I think, 10 times smoother than it was.
I'll kind of piggyback on our new police force. Yeah, Mr. Wilcox we couldn't have done any better. But something that I just want to make known to the public, because I think there might be some misconception out there. We have partnerships and contracts with the local law enforcement, with the city of Berea, the city of Richmond, and the sheriff's office. They contract officers, their employees, to us to serve as these SROs, and hit the jackpot with them as well. They are phenomenal. They are not provided to us as a service. We pay for our SROs. We pay these agencies for the use of their employees, because we're pulling those employees off of their job. So, and it's not cheap. So I just want to make sure people are aware that there is a cost involved for us to have these SROs that we currently have. So we're talking about the same for what Mr. Wilcox has said. So those of you who have said, when are my taxes going up? They're not. Yeah.
We'll let the chief speak next month.
Next month he's
going to
going to
present to
tell
us.
us what's going on.
Big sign here.
Absolutely. I think it's exciting.
Okay, I'm going back to you said it was a great practice, and it was great practice, provided that it wasn't real.
Correct.
But the thing is it did put a lot of expense out there for the community, for all the forces. A lot of money was spent to make all that happen. Like some prank phone call, and it really needs to be taken serious. And I just hope that kids grow up and don't realize that they do realize that it's not just the phone call. It created a domino effect all throughout Richmond. And, you've seen the traffic signs up already. That was very, trying to let people know there's traffic. That was very, advantageous to have that up for the people there. So I just thought about, a child wants to do a lot, but it was a lot of money. I don't know how much money, but I'm sure each agency was money that putting up with, and putting it together. But it was good practice in the end.
Whatever that word is.
Yeah.
Look,
Wow.
they're looking. They are looking.
All right. Do we have any public comments, Ms. Sammy? No. Okay. All right. May I entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting? Motion by Ms. Brock. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rutherford. In favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
Much.